Growing up, I used to play the heck out of Call of Duty. Yes, I know, shocking, I play video games, and those of you who know about the gaming channel, thank you for checking that out, and I'm hoping to get more content out there over there soon. See? I'm good. But back in my day, making myself sound old, I guess, I loved playing the campaign, sucking at multiplayer, and then man, zombies was my go-to mode. But now, honestly, Call of Duty has fallen off quite a bit for me. I miss the original few Black Ops games, the original Modern Warfare Trilogy, and now if I do play a newer COD, I just kind of play the campaign and then just skip the multiplayer. But ever since they remade the Modern Warfares, I've once again been enjoying the campaign modes. Modern Warfare 2019 was great, and I love the follow-up, which of course was Modern Warfare 2, but the newer Modern Warfare 3 was more of a miss for me. But I still love the characters in the Modern Warfare Trilogy, and seeing them highly detailed with modern gen graphics is incredible. So today, we get to look at Simon Ghost Riley from the newer Modern Warfares as a 6 scale action figure by General's Armoury. I love collecting 6 scale figures, and although this one is third party, so not officially licensed, if this one's good, I might need to go back and track down the rest of Task Force 141. As you all know, all good unboxings start with a box, and this one is very basic. The whole box has a carbon fiber detail, although of course it's just cardboard. Then the main piece here is a wraparound banner. The middle has an image of Ghost, which seems to be the actual figure, just kind of blurred a little bit in there, so it looks really cool in front of that kind of Modern Warfare 2 squiggly green line. Then the left side states Bravo 07 with 16 Kits logo down below, so maybe I need to check out that site a little bit more. The right side has the General's Armoury logo, as they're the ones who made this figure. This is GA1010S. The sides and back of the banner just have some additional info. And of course, the carbon fiber sections don't really have anything additional. It's just carbon fiber. We can now slide off that wraparound banner and oh, I guess this one's limited edition. Where I bought it, it did say limited to 600 units worldwide, and I'm very glad I got one. But I know there's other versions of Ghost that they've also made, like his brown outfit, a whole black version, and stuff like that. But now we can get this box open, which is actually held in place with magnets, so it's pretty fancy. We can see the plastic tray covering the figure in that foam, and getting this out, it's actually 2 layers of foam with the figure on top, and holy, that is a ton of accessories for Ghost, so I may be assembling him for a very long time. But let's go ahead and take a look at this ungeared up figure first. But real quick, if you enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell to be notified when new content goes live. Now, let's get into it. Getting him out here, I guess we finally get to see what Ghost looks like without the mask. I guess he's bald, has blue eyes, and I never needed the info in my life. The skin detail here is okay, but it's going to be under the mask, so it's not really going to matter at all. The outfit is very basic right now. It's just a blue jacket with blue cargo pants, but the sneakers, man, these are basically real sneakers just shrunk down in 1/6 scale. They're not sculpted or anything, which Hot Toys and other companies usually do, because they feel like sneakers. They're kind of like fabric-y. They have actual shoelaces that we actually probably need to retie because his are coming undone, and just wow, I'm just blown away by the shoes. Then his cargo pants have a ton of Velcro and different pockets and stuff. His hands, of course, have the bone detailing on them that you can actually feel. He has the black tactical vest on already with the workable straps and everything like that. And also, he gets a hood, and just wow, I'm already blown away by the detail on this figure's outfit, and I haven't even put anything on him yet, so sign me up for a price and soap ASAP if they make a remastered one. But of course, it's not perfect, or at least I guess that's the issue. It is perfect because I would have liked to see some weathering and stuff on the outfit, but this is a figure that you kind of build yourself, so you could put weathering on it yourself, so I can't really fault it for making the whole outfit clean. So let's start with the top tray of accessories, starting with the hands. Like I said, the hand detailing is incredible. The bones are raised and they nailed the look of Ghost gloves. He gets a right finger off trigger hand and a left gripping style hand. Then he gets an additional left gloved hand for supporting his rifle. And then he gets what I assume are the hands that came with the body they chose, but don't use these. And definitely don't use the feet they gave you. The mask is perfect with the raised skull section and the stretchy material to fit over the head sculpt. There's eye cutouts, so the head sculpt eyes with the black paint around them will actually stick out, and I cannot wait to put this on him. His helmet is also amazing looking with the white lines that are going to line up with his mask. He has an articulatable night vision mount in the front and then rails on the sides for additional attachments. I'm excited to build this helmet up. The buckles and straps on the inside look pretty great, and hopefully it'll buckle nicely around his chin to keep the helmet in place. His HK437 with the integrated suppressor is up top, and this is phenomenal looking. The stock can extend out quite a bit, and the cheek rest actually moves upwards. The stock even folds in, so this thing is crazy customizable. The fire mode selector can even be toggled and turned around, and as expected, the magazine is removable with that bullet detailing up top. There's lots of written on detailing showing the name of the rifle, different fire modes, and much more. The charging handle can also be extended outwards, but I don't want to pull on it too hard to see if it actually slides back because I'm getting a lot of resistance and I do not want to break this. This rifle is beautiful. We also get rails for further customization because we get a bunch of attachments. There's folding iron sights that can slide onto the rifle, but I won't be using these as we get a dual optic hammer sight. So yeah, this is going on the rifle permanently for me. There's also additional rails that can be pressed into the rifle so more attachments can be attached, such as the flashlight and multifunction laser sight. And there's an angled foregrip that just slides onto the bottom rail. I love this rifle and I love the fact that it's so customizable. It looks incredible with every attachment on there, but we get a rifle that I personally like even more. So let's start on the bottom tray with a ton of accessories that are necessary to properly gear up Ghost. But I'm already noticing that the worst thing about this figure is that there are no instructions whatsoever, so I have to look at the listing photos to really figure out how to assemble them. I did find some tutorials online as well, but it wasn't this exact figure, so I still gotta look at the pictures and figure it out. So yeah, it's gonna be a potential struggle, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So for this video, I want to try my best to put all the pieces on them and create another sort of assembly guide in this video. So if you get this exact Ghost, you can kind of reference the video just to kind of see where I put stuff. And of course, you know, it's your figure, you can customize where you want, but I'm going to be trying my best to follow the pictures. And like I said earlier, I like the other rifle more, so let's start with that. This is the Honey Badger and I love it. The gold coloring looks phenomenal, and back in the day, Call of Duty Ghosts, if you remember that one, I used the heck out of the Honey Badger. The barrel is bronze, and yes, we get attachments for this rifle as well, so don't worry, there is a suppressor. The stock can extend here as well. And this charging port actually articulates backwards and is spring loaded, so be careful when having it fly back forward. The fire rate knob does not move on this one. I did try, but the magazine is removable and has some bullet detailing up top. And now for this rifle's accessories. He gets the suppressor, which looks great and just slots over the rifle's barrel. In the photo, it shows iron sights for this rifle, but I can't find them yet, so I'm guessing they're somewhere mixed in the rest of the accessories. But he does get a red dot scope, which actually has covers for each end that articulate upwards, so the transparent kind of red lenses are visible, and this thing looks awesome. I just love how it looks on the rifle, especially with that red end because it just kind of stands out. He also gets a flashlight and foregrip as well. But it kind of looks like some of the pieces like the rails on the other rifle need to be used to mount the flashlight to this rifle, so they might share some accessories. I mean, you customize it, put whatever you want on each rifle anyway. So for now, I'm going to borrow some pieces from the other rifle, but maybe we'll find some other stuff in the box. We'll have to see. And now seeing this rifle fully assembled, I am super excited to pose Ghost with it, but yeah, I'm definitely saying I'm going to go with the Honey Badger. Both of them look great, but yeah, the Honey Badger, just look at that. He also gets a P320. This also looks amazing with a spring-loaded slide and removable magazine, which of course has some bullet detailing up top. There's a small rail in the front in case you want to customize it a bit with an accessory like the flashlight or something. But now it's time to figure out how all of these accessories attach by looking at the reference photos and product photos online. So this may be a little rough, but I'm going to figure it out. To start, we want to remove his vest by sliding up the side pieces that are hooked together and then undoing the Velcro on each side. This will make the vest assembly a lot easier. We need to take his belt off as well by sliding out the band from the buckle, then just remove it all together since some of the pouches and holsters will attach to it. Now we might as well just put his mask on. We can slide this over the head sculpt and unzip the top a little bit more for his actual jacket. Then we can tuck the mask in and zip it up a little bit more, and yeah, this looks so good. Now we can gear up his vest, and oh no, we have to actually slide all the buckles and everything in these loops. So I just pulled out some metal tweezers that I hoped would end up working. So to start, we want to grab his attachment piece for the back of his vest, which does look pretty great. So to start, just clip the buckles together and then the back piece will be a little bit more secure when you're connecting it. Then to secure it some more, which I would recommend doing, but this part is very tedious. You want to route your tweezers through the small openings on the vest, then grab the straps on the bag and pull it through. Honestly, I had to buy some other tweezers for this figure with a grippier end because the ones I initially had would not work at all. It just kept slipping. So if you need assistance, I'll put an Amazon affiliate link to the ones I got in the description because these ones actually allowed me to assemble this figure because the ones I originally had, like I said, they sucked. And to be honest, if you don't use tweezers or have tweezers or anything to actually assemble the figure with, I'm sorry, you're kind of screwed. Everything straps together and you have to like route it through the vest and just all his different areas. So it's very beneficial to have some tweezers unless you have really, really tiny fingers. So now I just route the straps through the vest and then back through the bag and kept routing it this way to secure it. And yes, it looks very good and is very secure, but this took me like maybe an hour, maybe more, just to do the one piece, especially since it was my first time doing it. I was trying to figure it out. So unfortunately, one of my straps did also start to fray, but just know that this part is very tedious and very time consuming. But as someone who does enjoy tactical games and the look of tactical gear on figures, I honestly did kind of like putting it together. It allowed me to kind of experience some of the manual assembly processes for this figure in a way, so I kind of appreciate that. Also, it's cool that the zippers actually work on the bag, so you can actually put stuff in the bag if you want. I'm not sure what the green tube up top is yet, but we'll figure it out. Now let's check out some of his grenades and flashbangs. These all look pretty awesome with actual rings that move around with tons of detail. There's writing on here, and the sculpt and paintwork on all of these is just, it's incredible. Some of these can actually go into the backpack if we remove the foam inserts. Then whichever grenades you prefer, just slide in. Then you just stretch the top band and just close up the pouches. And I'm getting a little overexcited, but this is just awesome to see on a figure. Now we can attach some of his side pouches to the vest. To start, we have his radio holder. This will just get threaded into the vest the same way we did as the back piece. From now on, I'll refer that process we did of kind of moving the straps through the actual vest or whatever we're going through and then back through the pouch, and basically whatever we're doing, I'll just refer to that process I kind of showed you earlier as threading. So yeah, this piece we're going to thread into the vest. Put the radio in, we're going to need to undo that buckle. The radio itself is very finely detailed with buttons, a screen, and man, they put a ton of work into every accessory with this figure. We can slide the radio into the pouch, then rebuckle the top to actually secure that radio in there. Now we can take another one of the flashbangs, I believe, and slide it into the end pouch of the radio. We get a carabiner that we can just slide into the vest here. We can take another, I believe, incendiary grenade and slide this in towards the middle of the vest. Now we can grab the straps for the breaching hammer. These need to be worked in under the larger back piece, so I need to kind of work it in, so just give me a quick 10 hours. Okay, yes, I'll admit, it didn't take me that long. It only took me 9 hours, 59 minutes, but trying to work this in it was painful. In hindsight, I probably should have done this a little earlier for the one that actually goes under the bag, but honestly, it kind of held well when I was doing it. It did not take me 9 hours and 59 minutes. It took me like maybe 20-30 minutes at the most, but it is a very manual process. The hammer looks awesome with that crowbar portion at the bottom, then the actual hammer part up top. It even has some like worn, silvery, weathering, chipping detail on it. It looks really good. The way I did this is I attached the Velcro straps to each other, and then we can kind of slide the hammer in there. The buckle seems to secure it pretty well, but if you do need to tighten it, you can just pull the buckle straps and then it just tightens up the buckles and the hammer shouldn't fall out. For me at least, it's held in there pretty well with friction and the tightening of the straps. Now let's grab this grenade pouch, and this just threads right into the vest. It could be opened up and then you can pull that foam out. Then we can grab the grenade, and this looks awesome. Once again, the detailing is insane and I really like how this looks. This can just go into the pouch, then we can close it up, and now I believe we are done with the back area and can work out the front of the vest. Let's grab out this bundled up strap piece. This gets attached to the vest using these yellow straps. And actually coming in here to let you know the actual facts, don't do this part yet, just wait till a little bit later in the video because yeah, I actually did this part wrong because it wouldn't really close up, but yep, just skip this part for now. But I'll let myself continue yapping. The strap piece threads into the vest and we can actually slide the strap bundle into it. And dang, looking for the next parts, I found the rail and iron sights for the Honey Badger, so heck yeah, I'll just put those on the rifle. Now we get these magazine pouches that are double stacked to hold the rifle mags and pistol mags together. There are some back pieces that we need to thread in that are U-shaped, so the way I put them in is just kind of upside down so they wouldn't slip out during the installation, but they probably wouldn't anyway because once we put the actual holders in there, they're not going anywhere. Let's check out the additional rifle and pistol magazines they give us to fill up all the holders. Once again, the detail here is phenomenal and they all have that bullet detail up top, so Ghost, he keeps his mags filled. These all pop into the pouches and bam, we're so close to finishing up the vest. Now let's put the front pouch on. The zipper here of course works, and basically any zipper or anything on this figure just works. Everything's just really cool. This will just get threaded into the vest right here, and I removed the magazine to make it a little bit easier to thread in. Then we can get out the patches because we can actually put patches on this piece. We'll use the SAS and flag patches and just press them into place here. Let's check out his red Sharpie and glow sticks. The Sharpie actually has the Sharpie text on it, and the glow sticks look really good with that kind of slightly transparent look. The Sharpie will just slot in down here, then the glow sticks will just slot in up here next to the pouch. Let's finally put the vest on the figure so we can wrap up some of the finishing touches. We want to make sure his collar ends up under the vest shoulder straps and the hoodie is also under the vest in the back. So you want to just work those in while you're kind of putting the vest on him. The vest will then secure his Velcro on the sides, but it looks like I put that kind of bundle of straps in the wrong spot. So I need to remove it and kind of just slide it in under here. So after fixing that, we can reclip all the side pieces for the vest. For those final vest touches, unless I missed something of course, we will start with the radio. There's an antenna and a wire for it. These will just slide in place on the radio. Now I can run the antenna up and tuck it under the shoulder strap. The wire clip portion can be clipped right near his center pouch. And then this green piece, I think it's actually like a sort of straw for a camelback or one of those water holding things on his back. So we could just route this up near his shoulder and tuck it in there because that's what they did in the pictures. Let's go ahead and work on his helmet next. For this, we need to use these sticky Velcro pieces and attach them to the helmet. I put them on and definitely pay attention to how this initial pattern looks if you're doing it for yourself. Let's get the accessories out for the helmet, and all these also look incredible. We have the night vision goggles that look sick. We have the headphones that mount to the sides of the helmet with a wire to connect the radio. There's a Velcro strap that'll hold in some of the IR strobe pieces here. And last, we have a flashlight. To start, we'll mount the night vision goggles. These will just slide into the helmet piece up front, and then the side helmet hooks can just be hooked in kind of near the goggles. These ones definitely use tweezers to do because it took me a while to line up that little hole. Now the headphones also just slide into the helmet rails on the sides, and I went ahead and secured the IR pieces to the Velcro strap piece. The strobe has a sticky backing that allows it to stick to the Velcro pretty well actually, and of course that whole Velcro piece just sticks to the back of the helmet. Also down here, the night vision battery pack will secure itself. The wire for the night vision goggles will route along the side near that Velcro, and then we can actually kind of pin it down using the other flag patch over the top, and it, just holds that cable down. To secure the flashlight, we actually get some black sort of tape. You have to cut it to size, but then it holds the flashlight down to the Velcro pad as you can see. But for me, it doesn't really stick too well to the Velcro, so maybe don't put the Velcro down and stick the flashlight directly to the helmet, but at the same time, that's how they did on the figure in the pictures, so yeah, that's how I'm doing it for now. Now let's carefully fit this onto the figure's head. To do this, we need to move the inner straps out of the way and then just slide it on his head, getting that inner back strap on there first. Once it's on his head, we can clip the buckle under his chin to help secure the helmet. Now we can take the headset wire and plug it into the end of the radio piece, and yeah, this is coming together nicely. Let's work on the sidearm holster now. This buckles around his upper thigh. Then we can put that belt that we removed from the figure earlier back on. Once we kind of reach the holster area, we want to slide the belt through the holster strap, and now we can resecure the belt because picture-wise at least, this is the only thing that actually attaches to the lower belt. Let's pop the pistol in there, and this is looking good. Let's attach his knee guard real quick. This assists the operator when taking a knee, so I love that this is included. It just secures using the buttons and then the hooks right down below. Now let's prepare his upper belt. There's a couple different pouches that attach to it. These all get threaded on, so what I'll do here is attach them, then kind of show you where they go. So the largest pouch goes on the left here, and this one also gets a little cross patch. The folded up piece that contains something maybe like a poncho or something like that goes next. Then on the opposite side, the little pouch that holds a bunch of different colored Sharpies can be seen. And yes, that's just me guessing. To put this on the figure, we just wrap it around his waist and clip the front buckle. The last accessory is the wrist altimeter. The detail here is also insane, and man, I keep saying it, but the detailing they did with all these accessories is just incredible. This part's pretty simple. You want to pop his hand off and then kind of put the altimeter around his hand and then put his hand back in place, and you can adjust it up his wrist. And now we have geared up Ghost completely. I hope, unless I find something else in the box. Now let's do some comparisons with some of my other figures. Let's start off with Nathan Drake, since he's also a third-party video game figure that looks incredible. Next to each other, they look pretty good, although the proportions are a bit different. Nathan Drake's outfit is a little simpler, but it's an amazing looking figure. And of course, Ghost, he's looking very tactical, all geared up with everything I put on him. It took a while to do this, but I love how it looks. Now I whipped out Starkiller since he's also a video game figure, and they don't really belong together, but man, Ghost holds up next to Hot Toys, so that's awesome to see. Now we have him next to John Wick, since of course, John Wick also uses lots of guns very tactically. And yeah, they also look pretty good together. I love this Ghost figure. Now we'll do some posing in the background while we discuss this figure further. He doesn't come with a stand, so in those cases, I usually use some cheap stands I found on Amazon. I'll put an affiliate link in the description if you want to pick up some of these stands for yourself. But this figure has been an adventure. It took me hours over the course of multiple days to assemble the figure. Of course, some of those days were kind of waiting around for the actual tweezers to arrive so I could actually assemble the figure. And then, of course, I was making a review, so I had to take some time to do some notes and get my thoughts out and stuff on some virtual paper. And of course, I wanted to have the video act as a sort of guide just to assist those who are actually getting this figure like me and had no clue what they're doing also like me. So I kind of wanted to do that so you could kind of see the different steps so you can actually assemble your figure yourself too. But as a fan of the old and new Modern Warfares and Ghost in general, this figure is so good. Yes, some assembly was heavily required, but they do put so much work into every piece that it's worth it. The pouches all feel very durable. The fine detail on every accessory down to that Sharpie logo on the Sharpie is just, it's just little touches like that I love. And the customization of the weapons is awesome. I love the fact that we can mix and match different attachments and stuff like that. To be honest with you guys, I found that I actually did enjoy the figure assembly process. At first, I was kind of dreading it, kind of looking at it, not being able to use my current tweezers. And I was like, oh, it's going to take so long. Why'd I get this? But in the end, I felt a true sense of accomplishment, and seeing the figure together right now, it looks so good. Of course, instructions would have been nice, but hopefully I'm helping out those of you who see this video and actually have this figure in your hands right now. And now that I have Ghost and I haven't assembled and I see how good these General Armoury's figures are, I kind of want the rest of Task Force 141. I was already thinking that in the beginning when I first saw the figure, and I'm still thinking it now. So I will hold off for now because General's Armoury, maybe they'll end up making some remasters because that's what this one was called, of some other older figures like Price. Maybe they could even make like a Woods or Mason or other characters from the Black Ops games. That would be cool, but I don't think they've ever tackled those ones before. But just on its own, Ghost is looking great, and every time I see him in my collection, I'm gonna know that I assembled that beautiful figure myself. So would I recommend him? Yes, but only if you're up to the challenge. So if you don't want to assemble the whole figure yourself and get very frustrated easily, because even I was getting a bit frustrated, you should definitely pass on them. But let's talk about Simon Ghost Riley down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like and hit subscribe for much more content like this. Check out another figure review in the playlist that'll pop up, maybe the Nathan Drake review, or check out the collection tour to see how my collecting journey is going. As always, thank you to the channel members. I look forward to talking to you all again very soon, but until next time, stay 6 scale.